Hi all, welcome back to Dviti Technologies. In the last sessions, we have seen some of the important factors like RAM, ROM and CPU and NIC card, which are very important. If you have any particular doubts over that particular topic, please shoot it down over the comment sections or join our Instagram and Telegram and WhatsApp, which will be posted in the description, and we will be helping you out that particular media, and it will be free of cost. Please do like, share and subscribe, and all the things we will try to understand, and every particular weekend we will try to come over the live. It will be online mode of training, and you need to understand what is Linux. The agenda for the day is what is Unix, what is Linux, what is operating system, what are the different flavors which are available in Linux, and what is client operating system and server operating system, and history of Linux. This will be the agenda of the day. So guys, what is Unix? Unix is one of the operating system which is being developed by Kem Thompson. He has written some of the modules in Pascal language and he has contributed. So after some particular time, Dennis Ritchie came into the play and he had contributed some of the C language modules. So they have clubbed both of their code and they have released the things. They had entirely changed all of the things to C itself. But yeah, these two people have released one of the operating system. So operating system is nothing but which is an user interface between you and your hardware. Your computer will not be in a position to understand whatever you have executed. It understands only bare minimum arithmetic operations and ones and zeros. So in order to help your computer to understand, you need to degrade yourself and tell your computer what you are trying to do with respect to coding. Yeah. So but what computer understands is only bare minimum things. So this particular operating system will help you out with in that conversions. So it is an intermediate layer, or it is an interface between you and your hardware. You can understand. We will try to see in detail. But these two people were the contributors. So initially they have released it. Okay, Unix is a family of multitasking, multi-user computer operating system from the original AT anti Unix development and all of those. So these two were the people who have contributed an operating system. Initially, they have released all of their operating system for free for colleges and universities, and later it was being charged. So in that particular time itself, the charge was around $4,500. So it is very huge. So many of the people did not like all of this, so they have changed all of the I mean many of the people have tried all of this thing like to open the kernel, all of this. We'll try to see what is kernel, and as well as, but these two people were the things. These two people have contributed the Unix operating system. So what is Linux, guys? Linux is an open source operating system which is being derived from Unix, okay, which is based on Unix itself. Okay, it is an open source operating system based on Unix that was created, okay, in 1991 by Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds have created this particular operating system. Okay, most of them like we are using this particular Linux operating systems in various fields like in computers and in servers and gaming, smartphones, etc. Okay, users can modify, you can change your particular operating system of Unix, and you can design, I mean from the Linux itself you can write your own code and you can release this as well. Okay, so generally use what is an OS. It is an like here you don't mind with respect to command guys. So this is the I'll try to write with respect to pen. So here you will try to double click. Actually, if it is in Windows laptop, you will try to double click. It can be Word, okay, it can be Notepad, or it can be Paint or anything, and compiler or shell will be coming in between here. Okay, what does this shell do? Shell or compiler, which will convert all of your high level language to low level language, or low level to high level. And kernel, what is kernel? Kernel is an heart of your operating system. So it tries to it tries to manage all of the sub processes. So let us say that you have some or the other media like TV. Whenever you just want to increase your volume, decrease your volume, or switch to another channels, all this is called as sub process. These sub processes are managed by your kernel. Kernel is an heart of your operating system. So if you try to see your hardware, you will be having your CPU, RAM, ROM, and all of the things, and further you will be getting response from here. Okay, so you need to understand here double, like this were called as commands. You no need to worry about all of those as of now. Here you will try to double click the things. That's what you can remember. This outer layer you will try to, and shell or compiler, which tries to convert all of your, some people call assembly to machine level language, assembly to machine, and machine to assembly, all of those things as well. And kernel is an heart of your operating system. Okay, whenever you try to kernel is in heart of your OS. So when kernel is not there, your OS will be also not there. So whenever you try to club all of these things, we will try to call it as operating system on rough note, you can remember. Okay, this is what happens. Your hardware is capable enough. Okay, your computer will not be in a position to understand whatever you try to execute. In between, a layer will be there which tries to pass in and out to execute whatever you have requested. That's what you can remember. Okay, and this is an operating system which will be connected with various things like keyboard, mouse, and all of the things, applications, printers, and XYZ. Okay, and different flavors of Linux. Okay, you have different flavors. Oh shit, just a second, guys. You have different flavors of Linux. So Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, SUSE, Kali Linux. So Kali Linux is majorly used for hacking purpose. For hacking, if you want to do some of the hacking, like majorly you can think of like in like for hacking purpose, Kali Linux will be used. These were some of the flavors of Linux. So let's say that you have some of the company called Maruti or Toyota or XYZ, and you will be releasing some of the flavors, right? Under that, in Maruti you have Maruti Swift and Maruti Swift Desire, and many of the flavors are there. So Maruti is a company. On top of that, like many of the flavors were there. Ubuntu Fedora is also something which comes on top of your Linux. So let us say that you have an ice cream, and you will have vanilla, butterscotch, strawberry, and all of these things, right? Your ice cream is something kind of Linux, and you will have different flavors on top of your ice cream. So this are called as like some of the Linux flavors. Okay, where you will be using. These were some of the flavors. I have not written all the things, but yeah. So what is client level operating system and server level operating system, we'll try to understand. So whenever you try to give a hit, youtube.com, something, google.com, swiggy.com, zomato.com, you will be getting a response from the server. Okay, what is server, guys? Server is something which tries to give you the response. Whenever you try to request anything, a response will be given back. That is what a server. Okay, a client is nothing but where you will try to give the request. Okay, your mobiles, your laptops, and all of these things were called as clients. So we'll try to talk in detail the difference between client and server as well in uh, between, like right now itself. Yeah, so these were some of the client operating systems, guys. Operating system is nothing but which tries to drive your device. Okay, so let's say that you have a car or something, a clutch and your brake and your gear rod and like steering. These are all of your sub process, and you will try to operate on your device in order to run that machine. So operating system is nothing but which tries to run your system. Okay, you'll try to install some or the other operating system. Okay, in order to work like your to make your computer work. It can be your server or your computer. So client level operating systems are Windows 7, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows XP, all of these things were. Okay, client level operating systems. So you will understand in detail at a later point. But yeah, server level operating system, Linux servers like Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, SUSE, Kali, whatever we have discussed, these were also like these were called as server operating system, client level operating system. In both the things we have uh, server level of servers and just it is an OS, guys. If you try to, like, let's say that you have a particular computer or a server. Okay, don't mind what is server as of now. On particular two computers you have, and if you try to install some or the other particular Windows 7 operating system on top of your computer, that is called as Windows computer. And on server, if you try to install that particular OS called Windows 2012 R2, okay, Windows server we'll try to call it as, okay. So we will have different 2012 R2, 16, 19 and 22. On one particular machine, if you try to install any of the particular OS, you'll try to write some of the OS, and that particular thing is called as Windows server. And if you try to write, or if you try to load your Linux operating system on that particular server, it is called as Linux operating system. And in your laptop or a system, if you try to load your particular thing called Windows, so that is called as Windows computer or Windows laptop. And if you try to install Linux on your local laptop, that is called as Linux computer, or like Linux OS. Like your computer is being, you can call it as what particular OS you are using, in the sense you can call it as Linux. So he is the person who have invented all of that. I mean, who is not invented, he is the back person who have involved in order to make, like in order to clear this particular have like free particular open source. He have started one of the movement called GNU, generally not Unix, which has been started by him. And many of the people have like contributed, and many of the people have discouraged this person, okay, because line Unix is an, it's not an open source, guys, it is a closed source. Okay, you need to pay for that particular things, because you need to run, you need to have your computer, right? You need to have your servers. If you want to run any of your applications, you need some servers in the background. Okay, that server should be having some or the other operating system. You should have, if you want to use your computer or a server or something, you need to have your operating system for sure. And this particular operating system is of, you need to pay for that, and which is cost, which is heavily cost in those areas, in those times itself. So that is the reason he has started one movement, generally because patent rights will be there with, but Linux name you should not go, generally Unix name you should not go. So that's the reason a project was designed, generally not Unix, and many of the people have joined that. And some, many of the people, more than that, they have like how many people have contributed, two times of that, three times of that, people have also discouraged that. So Richard Stallman, his name is, and he has created like he has invented one program and project, and in order to make that particular Unix as a free, like they want to design this kind of operating system for free. And who created Linux? So Linus Torvalds, he is the person who is a young person who has written around 10,200 lines, okay, approximately, and he has created this particular operating system, and he has released it for free. Okay, so Linux is an operating system or a kernel which germinated like all of these things. You can read. He is a computer science student. Okay, however, his suggestions, many of them have been discouraged actually. To say, many of the people have discouraged him as well. Okay, so some features of Linux. So, like it is multi-user. Multi-user in the sense, I'll try to tell guys. You have some of this single user and single task, and multi single user and multitask, and single user, sorry, multi-user and multitask. Okay, so this was done in very old days like DOS or something, that particular operating system. So whenever I just want to use my particular like a laptop only at one particular time, only I can use. If I want to give this particular computer to other person, then that person will use. At a time two people cannot use. Okay, only single person can use this particular computer, and single task can be done in very long back days. So I'm trying to perform multiple tasks, right? Alt tab if I give, that will work for multiple tasks. So after that Windows 7, these were all of these things were like single user can log in at a time and they can perform multiple tasks. That is called as client guys. Multiple tasks they can perform, like Windows 7 in your laptop. You can also perform multiple things, right? You can open multiple windows and XYZ. And multi-user and multitasking is nothing but your server does this. Okay, your server. It can be your Linux or it can be your Windows, anything. Okay, a server is nothing but as of now, and whenever you try to give a request, you will be getting response. Okay, that is what he have done. That is what server is all about. Okay, so it can be like multi-user and multi-login is all about server guys. Okay, so this is been server, and this is in client operating system. Multiple people cannot log in at a time, right? Only one particular person can log in at a time. And also guys, what is kernel, like how it become free, in the sense the kernel of Unix, he has made it an open source. Who? Like Linus Torvalds. Okay, so he has made it an open source. That is the reason, like you will be able to use that particular Linux operating system for free. But let's say that you have a product, and if you want to design a particular car, many of as of now, try to assume an example, only Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie know that particular where this particular products will be available, the steering and tires and seats, all of these things, ACs, how you can have, and how you can assemble all of those things as well. Okay, how you can assemble, only these people know the things. So if like Linus Torvalds have opened this particular secret in this particular area, in this particular state of Bangalore, and in this particular state of Delhi, and in this particular state of Telangana, these products were being into the place. So you can buy those particular product, and also this is how you will be assembling all of those things. You'll try to fix this particular things. Okay, in this particular place you will be fixing, this is how you need to fix, this is how you need to fix the gear rod, and all of this he has opened. Okay, then everyone started designing their own application. Okay, then the kernel, the things, look, as of now this is a secret, only these people know the things how to do, and he has opened that, he has opened the kernel. Okay, like then everyone started releasing their own operating system. Okay, from 1991 we used to have around hundreds of operating system which we used to get. The releasing will be for every week, hundreds of operating system are used to be released. Okay, but there is no proper support guys. Okay, your car has some of the flaws, your something steering is not working or AC is not working, some XYZ. So what happens, there is no particular other alternative, you should throw that. Okay, there is no particular alternative. So something again, like this came, like Red Hat company came into the play, and they have released some of the flavors on top of that. Okay, and they had customized some of the things. Okay, this is how we will be giving you the support, we will be manufacturing all of those things, and they had kept their own particular people as well for servicing. Okay, kind of like whenever you try to get a repair for your car, they know how to fix it, and they know how to repair that particular steering or XYZ, and they used to give some of the servicing. So for Linux, like OS, we are not charging anything, but for the service and maintenance we are charging the things for you. Okay, this is what the declaration was done. So like let's say now you have got some of the problem, your notepad, your file is not getting saved, and for everyone this is happening. If this is what the case, Microsoft company will resolve all of this issue. But in those days we used to not have this kind of support. So that is the reason Red Hat came into the play, and they have released some of the operating systems like CentOS, and they have released some Fedora and Red Hat, all of these things. So these particular things are also called as flavors of Linux. Okay, on top of your Linux, they had made like they had also designed some of the things like color, they had modified, like let's for car, whatever which is been released on bare minimum, they had customized lot many things, and they know what need to be done. Like whenever there is an issue, this is what you need to do. Whenever they would just want to improvise some of the performance of the car, horsepower or XYZ, they'll try to do that. So for this they are going to charge. And CentOS you can try, you can have a test ride directly. If you are okay, you can use this particular operating system. For still you need to pay something, and you can have some test rides for 1 month or something. And you can have complete Red Hat subscription enterprise level, which you need to pay completely subscription. You need to have like service, and you need to pay for that, and you can run any of the application, all the things, C or C++, any application you can run without a fail. If it gets fail, we will be there to help you out, okay, to resolve those kind of issues whenever it goes down or something, okay, whenever it is not working. This is what they have done. And many of the companies in Debian, Ubuntu, all of these things were also came into the play. On top of your Linux kernel, they had modified all of your things, okay. So this is what happened. This is what the journey of Linux is generally. As of now, you try to remember OS is something a mediator, okay. It is kind of a mediator, okay. So something, whenever you try to go to any of the other state, whenever you don't know, okay, some person you will try to call, and you'll try to or let's say that you went to visa office and you'll try to tell, the particular translator will be there, will try to convert all of your instructions, right, to that English. And if you know only Hindi, and again whatever they told, they will be, the person will be telling you all those things for you in Hindi, right. For visas and everything, your parents will be going, right, many of the parents who just want to see their daughters, like they will have some interview basically. So the questions will be asked on rough note. The translator will be there who tries to give, who tries to do all of your translation. So similarly, OS is kind of a mediator which tries to do, okay, kernel plus all of your shell on rough note, you can understand as of like it is an OS which tries to do, which is an intermediate. So you need some or the other operating system to run your device, your computer, that is called as operating system, okay. And what is Linux is also one of the operating system. You have different flavors, Red Hat, CentOS or SUSE. So you have huge openings with this. In this particular course, we will try to understand this particular Linux itself, guys. Red Hat Enterprise Linux, okay. You have different versions like 7, 8, 9, okay. And you have huge openings as well for this Linux, who are very skilled with respect to Linux. All the majority of your applications will be working on your Linux itself. Your Google Chrome itself will be working on Linux operating system. Okay, security level wise, okay, rebooting capabilities, all of these things will be very high, okay. So this is what about Linux. And some of the other features was multiple users can log in at a time. If you try to see, single users, like in the server you can log in, multiple users can log in at a time. So if you try to see, so if you try to see users in Windows, so whenever you just want to log in, you will try to give the username and password, right. Username and password, directly you will be able to log in with this particular thing to your computer, guys, right. You need to, these were all of the users, okay. Whenever you just want to log in, like it asks for the password of uh, so if I try to switch user, it asks for the whatever, like how many users were available, all those users will be listed directly. Even once you turn on your computer, it will ask by default. If you want to switch user as well, you can do. So the password of that, but username and password you will try to give in order to log into your computer. But here what happens, in all of your things, when like in server, whenever you try to give the username and password, multiple users can use your computer at a time. So they can access what is there in C drive, what is there in D drive, how many files were there, they can operate as well. Multiple users can do the things. So multi-user level login, okay, it is one of the feature. And multi-processing, multiple processing can be done, okay. Multiple process can be also multitasking it is, and multi-threading. So generally multi-threading is nothing but you will have cores in your computer, and if one core gets busy, other cores will automatically come and help you out. Okay, so it will happen, you don't need to worry about in detail. Like other core will be coming to help this particular core in order to execute that process. Multi-threading will try to call. So that's all guys. Please try to post all your doubts, okay, over the comment sessions and in the WhatsApp and Telegram if you are okay, and we'll try to revert you. Thanks, yes, thanks for all of your valuable time. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more such videos and encouragement.